I'm a retired weather forecaster, now working in science education and promoting learning around weather and climate change in particular. So I'm delighted to be here today at this eco-conference for East Renfrewshire secondary schools as part of Climate Change Week, where we're really trying to raise awareness of what schools can do in terms of reducing energy and recycling and reusing and developing school grounds, a whole range of activities that really help the climate change agenda. I'm delighted to be here at the start of Climate Change Week in East Renfrewshire and at this conference that brings all the secondary schools together, which I think is always a great event. I think you learn from each other, you share your ideas, and then most importantly you then take them back to your schools. So let's just have a little reminder of what our greenhouse gases are. There we go: carbon dioxide, methane, nitrogen oxides and CFCs. We're increasing the amount of man-made greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Our industry in all contributes about 10% greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Transport, so the cars, you're looking at about 15%, but the big one, which was mentioned very near the beginning, is power plants. So here's a graph that's quite often shown, and it shows the link between temperature and carbon dioxide from ice core data, so data from either Antarctica or Greenland, where scientists have drilled down into the ice. The present levels of carbon dioxide are more than we've certainly, from ice core data, have seen in 400,000 years. So the oceans are all responding a little bit differently to climate change, but they're certainly important, our oceans, for a whole huge number of reasons. One of the most important reasons is the way that they transport heat around our planet, and in fact they keep us in this country warmer because of these circulations than we should be. If we can reduce the amount of waste we produce and recycle and reuse more, then that will also have a direct impact on the greenhouse gases that we are all producing, either as individuals or as schools, communities, or as a nation. You can also just raise awareness about climate change. I think awareness raising in this modern, media-driven society is very, very useful, very valuable. Raising awareness with the older generation in particular is very, very important. And I also think, and I know that East Renfrewshire certainly has some close links with the developing world, countries within the developing world, and I've seen this in schools across Scotland actually, and supporting developing countries is hugely important as well, because we've been very fortunate in that we have the resources to deal with some of these problems that the developed world has created in the first place.
Hi, I'm Savio, Vice Chair of Go Greener, and what today is an opportunity during Climate Change Week to try and encourage young people to get involved and think about climate change. And we're starting that with our eco schools, to try and help the schools get the eco flag, to raise the green agenda in the actual schools and try and inspire the kids who can be their future, and they're the ones who can make the difference.
Two main groups. There's choice of litter, waste management, school grounds, energy. There's a lot of choices, but litter is at the heart of eco, so that's one your main that you have to focus on.
When Farm started off, we decided that we would concentrate on waste management and school grounds. For waste management, we undertook different projects. We identified an area where we could put different bins for recycling cans and plastic bottles, for example.
We've recorded everything we've done. We've got a booklet all together of everything, and we've kept that up to date. We've made our own minutes, we've visited all the meetings, we've sort of worked out all the finances of it, we've kept it together up to date with all the administrative duties sort of involved in the project. We've also done all the kind of creative side of kind of the artworks that made up like graphic representations of what it would look like, and we've sort of used all the different skills to kind of bring it together. This is us now in the final stages of the project.
The purpose of me going into the schools is primarily 50% of the time is to do the support visits, and literally I think I say it's not as hard as you think. So what Stuart wants to tell you about now is what actually happens once you've got your green flag. So, we come in, we do the 2-hour assessment, you show off, and that's really the purpose of it. You show off to the best of your ability. Myself and my co-assessor will go away, we have a little discussion, usually over a very nice lunch. And then I form the school in the afternoon, so you usually know that day, and I say, hey, you know, hopefully congratulations, you have your green flag.
So I've designed this workshop to try and help the schools do this, think about what's going on inside the schools, what do we need to do in terms of paperwork and actions to get ourselves to the stage where we can apply the green flag, or if the schools are already got it, maybe think about what we're going to do next and plan to get extra. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is give a wee tip to think about all these different topics and what's already going on within your schools, and maybe a chance to think about what else you would like to do, any more ideas you've got.
Not so much work being done in solar panels, but much more work being done with young people in first and second year along the carbon reduction programme in every school.
If you have plans in that direction, then I would encourage you to pursue it together with your teachers and your schools.
Yeah.
There are avenues, and there's funding as well, right? You just need to find the funding. It sits somewhere. I know that NPower, who's running the wind farm up there, they are very keen to get involved in the local communities.
One school in the north of Glasgow managed to get their school minibus converted to using biodiesel, and Higher Chemistry collects the vegetable oil from the canteen and do the conversion, so that they run one of the school minibuses off that.
I say that some of this stuff can have a positive cash flow, which allows you to do other stuff which isn't grant dependent, and I think that's pretty positive if you can manage that.
Another way you encourage events like this.
It's the Earth Hour. We do a search on the internet called Earth Hour. What we're trying to do is encourage people globally to try and get together with friends and put your lights off for 1 hour.
But we're struggling to organise collections for cans or other recycled goods, and we're just wondering if you knew or any of the other schools knew about it.
But the Environment Department are responsible for everything to do with your recycling and your cans and your food initiative as well. It's just been promoted there within about the last year or so.